Hi guys, Alberto here. You're watching the Bedroom Rocker YouTube channel, and today we're checking out the Nux Solid Studio Mk2. This is going to be a first impressions video, starting with an unboxing, showing you how to perform the firmware update, install the editing software and the audio drivers. Then we're going to loop through all of the factory presets, and finally I'm going to share my first thoughts on it. The Mark II is a very good upgrade over the Mark I, which I already had power amp and speaker cabinet simulation. With the Mark II, they also added many preamp simulations, so you can use this as the core of your ampless rig, which is quite nice. But also now you can pair this with a real tube amp, so you can take the power amp signal from your amplifier, plug into the Solid Studio Mark II, add a speaker cabinet simulation, and send a balanced signal to front of house or to an audio interface, thus eliminating the need to have a microphone in front of the speaker cabinet. However, this is not a load box, so if you use the product this way, you need to use the true connection and plug this into a speaker cabinet or a load box that can take the full power of your amplifier. This has got quite a lot of features, so I'm planning to split this into several videos, and if there's any particular feature that you want me to cover, please make sure to drop a comment down below and I'll try my best to make it happen. And now the disclaimer, Nux did send me the product for free for the purpose of this review. However, I did not get paid nor told what to say, so keep this in mind while watching it. And now without further ado, let's go. The box is quite simple yet good looking and sturdy. I really appreciate the small amount of plastics used. Inside you get the USB cable, a sticker, the product itself, and also the owner's manual. You do not get a power supply included with this, which is sort of okay because you're gonna throw it in your pedal board anyway, but this has got quite powerful processor inside, and this means that it takes 600 milliamps at 9 volts, so you're gonna need a bit of a beefy power supply to power this. The firmware update is super easy. You first need to go to the Solid Studio Mark II page, find the support section, and here you have first the update guide by Nux, which is really well made, but I'm gonna reproduce here each step for you to see. First, we're gonna download the firmware for Mac or for Windows. You're gonna need to unzip the file, and you're gonna find two different files inside. The first one is the firmware itself, and the second one is the Nux device updater, which is a little software to help you perform the firmware update. At this point, you can already connect your pedal via USB, and then we need to power the pedal in DFU mode or device firmware update mode. To do that, we power the pedal while holding both foot switches pressed down. After this, the device updater should automatically recognize the pedal, and then we can select the file that we previously downloaded. Here's the firmware file itself, and finally we can click on Start Update. This process took then about 90 minutes in my computer, and it was done without any issues. Next, we're going to download the editor software in the exactly same page under softwares. Here you can find the Mac and Windows versions. It's again a zip file, and you're gonna find the executable, which is the application already, so you just need to run it. And this directly recognizes the Nux Solid Studio Mark II if it's connected via USB to the computer, and we can then use this to edit and save presets. Finally, we're going to download the audio drivers, in my case for Windows 10 and above. Here, Firefox raised some download concerns, but I trust Nux, and I just went for it. This process took about 2 minutes, then I was prompted to restart my computer, and after restarting I was then prompted to continue the installation, and that was it. Let's check out all the factory presets now. I recorded a guitar loop using my Telecaster and the Nux Loop Core Deluxe. This is gonna go into the Solid Studio Mk2 and then it's connected to my computer via the USB cable. So I'm using the Solid Studio Mk2 as an audio interface for recording. So first impressions on the Nux Solid Studio Mk2, overall quite positive, out of the box, super easy to perform the firmware update, way easier than the experience I had recently with the Plethora X1. And then also super easy, just plug and play, very easy to get some sounds out of it. In terms of the factory presets, however, a bit mixed feelings there. There was some good presets, but also I disliked many of them. And there was a bit of a volume jump between some of them. I decided to even adjust this a little bit before recording to give an easier time for you guys. However, I'm still quite curious to start dialing in my own presets here and see what sounds that I can get, particularly because I had really good experiences with Nux modeling technology in the past using the MG400s. In terms of future videos, I'm planning to do a tutorial on how to edit patches here from scratch using the unit or the software editor on the PC. Also, how to pair these with other pedals for an ampless rig using, for example, the Nux Cerberus or the Plethora X1. Also, how to pair these with a tube amp and how to use these as a USB audio interface for recording. If you have any other idea or any other feature that you want me to cover in this product, please do let me know right down in the comment section down below, and I'll try my best to make it happen. So that's all for today. I really hope the review was helpful, and if that's the case, make sure to leave it a big thumbs up. And if you want to watch more guitar, bass, and gear-related content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to stay tuned for future videos. Also, if you like what I'm doing here and you want to support the Bedroom Rocker YouTube channel, make sure to check my affiliate links in the description box down below. If you use them, I earn a small commission, and this really helps me to get more products for making additional videos like this one at no additional cost for you. So keep on rocking and cheers.